Hey, y'all. Why are we as Christians so afraid of patience? One time when I was a young believer, I had a Sunday school teacher told me, "Oh, you don't ever want to pray for patience because God might give it to you." And yet, when we think about what the scriptures say, patience is all through the scriptures. Paul told the church at Ephesus that they were to, with humility and gentleness, with patience, bear with one another in love. In fact, we have the fruit of the Spirit, that patience is right in the thick of it. When I was a kid, my mom had a little saying that patience is a virtue and a virtue is a grace, and grace is a little girl who will not wash her face. I'm not sure what that means, but it was a fun saying. But it also drove home to me later on that we don't really understand what patience is all about in the life of a Christian. In fact, as we look at the scriptures, we see that patience are all through the scriptures. And yet, a lot of times we think about the patience of Job, and in doing so, we see that he suffered, and we don't want to suffer, so we don't want any part of patience. But when Paul was talking about love, he said love is patient and kind. In Romans, he said, rejoice in hope, be patient in tribulation, be constant in prayer. You see, patience is something that every Christian needs to have in their life. A lot of times we're like the little kid who said, "I want patience, but I want it right now." The truth is that most or all of the things that are important in our lives didn't come immediately. The important things in our lives developed over time, and we had to wait for them. We had to develop them. We had to be patient for them to come. A sign of maturity in our Christian walk is patience. If we're truly willing to wait for God. Now, the idea that we can have a Christian life without troubles is just bad theology. Troubles are going to come. Difficulty is part of life. The important part that patience plays is that we can go through those troubles and those difficulties and trials knowing that God is with us and knowing that in the end God will prevail and that we're on the winning team, that in the end things are going to work out for his glory and for his good. And if it's for his good, it's for our good as well. And so we as Christians need to learn to wait. We need to learn to be patient. Recently, I was talking with a lady who was going in for surgery, and she was having to wait 3 weeks for the surgery. She told me, I'm not really concerned that much about the surgery, but I am concerned about waiting 3 weeks. I would just rather get it over with, just rather have it done, and then I can move on. But patience in our lives teaches us to wait for the good things, but also to trust God in the midst of tribulation and trials and difficulties. As we look in the scriptures, we we see that it's with patience we're waiting for the Lord's return. Now we want him to come back today, but we wait patiently because we know the outcome. We know that he's going to come back and we know that he's going to prevail. And so that's what gives us strength and it's what gives us confidence to be able to handle whatever we're going through. Patience is something that we should desire. we should strive for. We should encourage others to want in their lives. Isaiah said it like this: they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not weary. They shall walk and not faint. Our prayer ought to be, teach me to wait, O Lord. God bless you.